The homeless is a vast variety of people, females, male, young, old. We like to say here, homelessness doesn't pick and choose who's going to be homeless.
I actually became homeless in 2010. I came to Ozanam Inn 5 months ago.
I became homeless when I decided to leave my wife. So I've been homeless about a little over 2.5 months.
I was staying at a friend's house that I was renting a room for after Hurricane Katrina, and I fell asleep with a lit cigarette in her bed. I chose to go stay in an abandoned building for the next 2 weeks trying to drink myself to death. I really didn't want to live anymore.
And my uncle said he knew one of the staff that worked here, and they work with you a lot and they help you, so I came here.
So my friend David, I got in touch with him and he told me, just wait on the side of my house and I'll get you some help when I come home. So he brought me right here to the Ozanam Inn and dropped me off. The next day, the food service manager showed up and they told me they had a program here. And I begged him, I said, man, I don't want to live like this anymore. I need to get in.
We want to do whatever we can to make that person a whole person again, to where they can enjoy independent living and enjoy life the way you and I do. Our first program, the acronym is VCA, which stands for Volunteer Crew Assistance. This is a program where a man can come here, live here, work here. The program is designed to give the man a stable, clean, structured environment.
I had two choices. I could go back to the streets where I came from, or I could try to change my life and get into the program Oz offers.
And the program helped me to learn responsibility again, to start being on time, to take responsibility for duties that we had to do here.
You know, this is a self-help program. They help you, but you have to help yourself also. You know, I've been clean since I've been here for 2 months, so that's one. That's another goal. And to control my anger, that was another goal. So I'm in anger management and I'm trying.
You know, they never cared about what I did in the past. They didn't care. All they cared about was where I was going in the future.
Just being a functional member of society is all I want, and to help people, continue to help people get from where I was to where I'm going.
We've rebuilt that foundation that you sort of put on the side for so long. So when you leave here, then you can make a nice smooth transition to independent living again.
And spiritually, I've built my foundation spiritually, and I continue to do that on a daily basis.
My duties are I oversee all operations during the night. I come on about 4 in the evening and I work till the next morning at 8 o'clock. The clients at 4:45, we do intake for them. I'll check their IDs, check their bed cards. We'll send them on their way. They check in the dining room, then they go on upstairs, they take a shower, and then at 6:15 they come down to eat dinner.
I actually take in donations from the public and I separate it, see what we can use to help the people in the yard, people that we serve, and what I don't use, we pass on to another nonprofit.
I get up at 4 o'clock. I have to be downstairs for 4:30. I start work at 4:30. I do housekeeping / clothing room. I keep the whole house clean from the bottom to the third. Do registration at 4:30. At 6:30 I'm off.
I'm working to become a registered addictions counselor. I've been sober a little over 5 years. They offered me a job here as a case manager.
Now this is getting me vocationally ready. I actually was a professional most of my life. I worked in a white-collar job. But the time when you're living on the streets and you're hand to mouth and your survival, you kind of get away from the routine of a normal job, and that's what this part of it is, basically just getting me back in that habit of a job.
95% of our funding comes from the general public, so we depend greatly on the kindness and the generosity of the general public to make donations to us, whether it's something every week, once a month, once a year, whatever. In that way, by the greater donations we get in, the greater the ability for us to do the things we do, and as I mentioned, to keep it free.
I think it's a fantastic asset to the community, because there are a lot of people who are really seeking help and they want to advance themselves. We take care of them, but there are people that will come out of those groups and work their way back into a functioning member of society.
My body feels good. I feel good. I feel like I'm 17 again. I feel good.
You know, I had unconditional love from here, and they were my family. You know, that's the way it became. We had a night manager, Mr. Harris, that worked, I think, 18 or 20 years. He just retired, and he used to tell me, God lives here, and I believe that to the fullest.